All right, you guys, let's talk about this whole breakup situation. We are going to talk about this situation piece by piece, what went down in their season. Obviously, Connor and Bri were together on Love is Blind season 10, and, they made a connection in the pods, and it seemed as though Bri was a mean girl. Bri seemed to be having some type of attitude. We do not know what it was, but she was obviously picking Connor into pieces. She was picking Connor apart. Nobody liked it. Everyone thought she was a mean girl, and also people never liked her behavior when it came to the girls' Airbnb trip. That's why Brittany could not be friends with her either, and Bri was the same girl who didn't really tell Brittany about Devontae being on the girls' trip. Like, she never told Brittany about Devontae being on the trip and whatnot. And that's how it basically went down. She went on podcasts trying to explain her side and talk about how nice of a person she was, but nobody was here for that because obviously her behavior was mean. She was the same person who was entertaining Chris, Jessica's ex, which she broke up with. Everybody was rooting for Jessica, and here she was as a friend entertaining Chris, entertaining him being inappropriate along with Ashley and Priyanka. I feel like she really did not know her worth on the show. It seems to me as though she did not really like Connor, and I feel like during the show she had wasted Connor's time. Like, I really feel like she done wasted Connor's time, and she really thought that he was here for the foolishness. I would say during the show she had broke up with him because she didn't see herself walking down the aisle with him. She didn't see herself walking up at that altar and saying yes. So they had broke up on the show, and then when we fast forward to the reunion, come to find out that she got back with Connor, and her and Connor were dating for over a year. Now this just tells me that her and Connor's relationship was honestly a whole PR stunt. Like, it was just giving PR stunt, publicity stunt. It was giving that she was staying with Connor for the views because she had known that Connor was going to get a good edit. Like, let's just be so for real. Like, I feel like she never stayed with Connor for the right reasons. Like, she never did. She never cared about him at all. Like, she didn't care about him to the extent, like, it was really just giving, it was all fake. And I truly feel bad for Connor because she manipulated the hell out of him. Like, she manipulated him to the max. And honestly, I feel like that he himself wanted to be manipulated. Like, Connor wanted to be manipulated. Like, if we just talk about the facts, like, he truly wanted to be manipulated. Like, I feel like nobody was rooting for Bri. She was always a mean girl. That's what her energy was giving. Now, when it comes to Connor, my whole thing with Connor is that Connor never wanted to break up with her. Sorry, I got my words mixed up. But Connor never wanted, like, I feel like that Connor didn't really like her either. I feel like Connor just wanted to be manipulated himself too. Like, I truly feel like that he didn't date Bri for the right reasons either, because he saw the way how Bri treated her. He saw the way how Bri was even entertaining Chris, and that was like, he never got the sign or the key to break up with her ass the minute that she was entertaining Chris. And Connor even felt some type of way about Chris trying to talk to Bri and trying to convince Bri to be back with him. And even at the reunion, while Connor did seem unbothered, I feel like that the fact that Bri and Chris were entertaining each other really eventually caught up to Connor, because obviously Connor was with Brittany. Post-show, they seemed to be having fun with each other. They seemed to be acting like, or pretending like, the relationship was working out post-show. She was still dating Connor. Bri and Connor had even went on a podcast. They both had went on What's the Reality's podcast and was speaking about their relationship on the show. They were basically speaking about, how they were still together and, the stuff they went through on the show, just for them to break up basically 2 weeks later. To me, I feel like that this was just never a relationship, and they both were in the relationship for a PR stunt. They both were in the relationship for the brand deals. They were both in the relationship to try to please the audience, to try to prove the audience wrong, and it just failed miserably. Now, honestly, I will say that Connor may feel a bit relieved that she's done with Bri. I really want to see Connor go on interviews and talk about the way how Bri maybe has treated her. I did not like the way how Bri was commenting on Connor's home. And while, okay, yes, Connor's home did not look the best, I will give her that. His home really didn't look the best. She seemed more together than Connor. I feel like that Bri saw that Connor was immature for her, and she still decided to stay with him. And I also didn't like the fact that she even broke up with him right after, like right around the time she and him spent 6 hours on the train together, like on a date, like for a date. I did not like that either. That was also a red flag to me either. And so I feel like it didn't make sense for her to get back with Connor just for her, or just for them to break up right again a year later. Like, and I don't believe that they were truly together for a year later. Their relationship was giving Lydia and Milton's relationship, which ended in a divorce. Their relationship is a fake relationship. I was never buying the relationship. Now, I was trying to hold on to them because they were trying to make things positive on the internet. Bri at one point was turning off her comments because people were saying mean things about, Connor on her page, and basically being like, people were being like, free Connor, which I feel like is true. But I feel like that the audience was right, and the audience is always right when it comes to these dating relationships, especially when it comes to Love is Blind. The audience was right that Bri and Connor was going to break up. Even I had a feeling that they would break up, and I just knew that Bri was never for Connor. I have been seeing Bri hanging out with some other cast members from her season as well, going to like concerts, basketball games. So I didn't even really see her with Connor a lot. So I wonder if I'm really waiting to see whether or not she's going to talk about it. I'm really wanting to see if she's going to go on, who's going to go on the podcast first, who is going to be talking first about this relationship. Like, I really want to see who's going to be like, who has their side already fixed up. I want to see both sides, but I know even if Connor and Bri, whether or not Connor and Bri want to speak out, I will always be on Connor's side, because why waste a good man like that? Like, that was a good man, Savannah, but honestly, Bri never deserved him. Like, she never deserved him. I think that Bri deserves to go to therapy. I don't think she deserves to be in any type of relationship, because she was just fake all season. She was fake all season. Like, I truly feel like it was never giving genuine. Like, it was never giving genuine. It was just fake all to begin with. I truly feel like that she needs to heal more. She needs therapy. She just needs to stay alone for some time. She could go outside, but she needs to touch some grass. And Connor, I feel like he needs to be healed too, just from maybe some trauma that Bri could have caused him. I feel like that Connor knew damn well Bri was not for him. And I feel like that Connor deserved to be with somebody else on the show. I don't even think, like, also, Connor is such a good man. Why can't he find a good woman out there in Ohio in real life if he's such a good man? Like, that's what I'm not understanding. Is there's something up with him too? Like, I really just want to know. And I also want to know who broke up first. Like, who broke the relationship off? Like, who was the bigger person and said, hey, look, this is not it to me? Something tells me that Bri was the one who said that the relationship wasn't it to Connor. I feel like that Bri was the one who broke up with Connor. And I feel like that she could have just stayed broken up with him on the show when she broke up with him on that scene, basically being like, you know, she doesn't see herself going down the altar and saying yes to him. Like, that's my concern. That's where my concern is, because why the hell on this earth would you waste this man's time? I feel like that Connor could have found a whole better woman like Ashley or something like that. Like, I really did not see it through for him. It was just extremely fake. However, I do wish him the best. Like, I really wish him the best. But yeah, no, this girl, she was so toxic. Like, Bri was extremely toxic. I don't know how he was able to put up with her for literally over a whole year. Like, how was he able to put up with her toxic behind for a whole year? I really want to know, like, how that is, because she really was like, she had a lot of commentary. When it came to her, like when it came to his home. And I feel like that his home just seemed fun, because look at this economy. We all cannot afford luxury homes. Like, that's just that. But then I also see maybe where she might have been coming from, where she may want a guy who has maybe more of an updated home for her liking that she could move into, because sometimes women do like that. Women do like that. Like, women really do like men who have stability and a stable home that they could live in, or a stable apartment that they can visit and they can go to from time to time. So I honestly don't know, but what I do know is that his home didn't really even look that bad. Like, his home was not that bad. Like, it looked a little bit dilapidated, like here and there, but for the most part, he seemed like a stable guy. So I'm just like, why waste his time? If you saw his home, like, that should have been the first thing to be like, you know what, I don't see it for us. I don't like your living situation. And I just don't like how you're living. But yeah, that's the end. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say.